Hi, fifth graders. Today we're looking at lesson 8.6. We're going to be working with volume again, but we're going to be looking at how we can use our formulas to solve for our problems, and we're going to also look at how to find missing side lengths. So, first problem here is just very basic. I'm looking for an expression and then the volume. So I have 8, 2, and 4. So I have my length down here, which equals 8. 2, that's my width. And then 4, that's going to be my height. So the formula, the recipe to solve for volume, remember, is length times width times height equals volume. Now we can also solve it in another way by shortening it to just base. So if we do length times width first, we can refer to that as the base. Yesterday we talked about layers. So there are different layers. So this one has 4 layers because the height is 4. So length times width is b times the height will also give us volume. So another way to write that would just be b times h. So we have 3 different ways really to write this. No matter which way you solve, you can get your volume. And remember too, with multiplication, you can multiply these numbers in any order. You could even do 4 times 2 times 8. You could do 2 times 8 times 4. No matter what order you do, you're only multiplying, so you're going to get the same answer no matter what. So my expression, I'm going to use base times height for this one. So that means I have to do 8 times 2. 16. 8 times 2 is 16, and then I multiply that by my height, which is 4. So I'm doing 16 times 4. Now, just to show you how this works, I could have done 4 times 2 times 8 instead of 8 times 2 times 4. But let's just show you 16 times 4. Solve it like you normally would. Set it up. 4 times 6 is 24. 2 goes above. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 2 is 6, 64. Now, once again, if I did it length times width times height, and I did 4 times 2 first, that would give me 8. And then if I multiplied that by my remaining length, notice 8 times 8 is also 64. Just another way to solve. No matter the order, no matter which formula you choose, you will get 64 for your volume. And when you write volume, make sure you use the correct label. In this case, I'm using centimeters. And I have to cube it. So I put the 3 up since there are 3 dimensions. All right. Let's try one more. Let's just do our standard length times width times height. Length times width times height. So that's 4 times 6 times 5. So 4 times 6 is 24. And 24 times 5. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 is 120. So my volume is 120. My label is inches cubed. And there we go. All right, so now this is missing side lengths. So I'm given some information. I'm not given any pictures to go off of. So you can either draw it out yourself or you can solve with the information you have. So I'm going to just draw it out. So I have a length of 4. My picture might not be the best. Length of 4. I have a width of 3, so that's how far back it goes. And I have a height of, I don't know. So I'm just going to draw this. I don't know my height, but I want to draw a picture to give me some sort of representation. The total volume of this rectangular prism is 60. So my formula, once again, length times width times height equals volume. So 4 times 3 times, I'm going to use a letter. I'm going to use the letter H for height equals 60. Now when you think of it, equal sign, an equal sign is really like a balance. Each side of this equal sign has to be equal. The numbers have to be the same, no matter how you get there. Think of it like a teeter-totter. We're trying to have the teeter-totter be equal on both sides, weigh the same. So 4 times 3, I do know that. So let's solve this first. That's 12. So now 12 times h equals 60. So I need what h to equal a number where when it multiplies with 12, it's going to give me 60. And this is where we talk about opposites. So what is the opposite of multiplication? It's division. So I'm going to take 60. I'm going to divide 12. How many times can 12 go into 60? Well, I know if I write these out, the fifth 12 that I write should be 60. So when I count up by 12s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So h must be 50. My height must be 5 for this to work. And let's just double check. 4 times 3 is 12. 12 times 5. 5 times 10. 5 times 1 plus 1 is 6. So yes, we're correct, 60. So the height must be 5 centimeters. Next one, it's the same kind of thing. This time our volume's 30 and we're missing our length. We can still use the same strategy as last time. 3 times 5 times L should equal 30. Now, I'm not going to draw this one out. I want you guys to see if you can solve it with just the information. Don't draw it out. Just use the numbers and our formula to try to solve this one. So length times width times height. So length times 3 times 5 equals volume, so that's 30. I'm going to have you guys pause and try to solve length. All right, after looking at this, hopefully you did 3 times 5 first, which is 15. And you're trying to figure out L times 15 equals 30. What number times 15 equals 30? I'm sure a lot of you figured this out. And this is an L, not a 1. So L should equal 2, because 2 times 15 equals 30. So length is 2 centimeters. And you can check again, 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 5 equals 30. All right, so that's how you solve those problems. Fill it in. Remember your formula. Your formula is like your recipe. If you need to draw it out, be sure to do that. And good luck today. Thank you for watching.